ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं भूपः मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सात्वजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees for today's session, Sri Krishna Janma Līlā. So today we are going to discuss this 10th canto, 2nd chapter, 31st and 32nd sloka. 31st sloka is like this. Swayam samuttirya sudustaram Human bhavarnavam bhima madaprasauhrudaha Bhavat padam bhoruhanavamatra te Nidhaya yata sadanugraho bhavan. Translation of this sloka is like this. O Lord, who resemble the shining sun, you are always ready to fulfill the desire of your devotee. And therefore, you are known as a desire tree, Vancha Kalpataru. When acharyas completely take shelter under your lotus feet in order to cross the fiery ocean of nescience, they leave behind on earth the method by which they cross. And because you are very merciful to your other devotees, you accept this method to help them. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on this. Before that, just try to understand the basic meaning of this sloka. Swayam samuttirya dusturam sudusturam te bhavat padambaroh navamatra nidhaya yataha. Those great acharyas, great Vaishnavas, what they did? They took the boat. What is that boat? Lord's lotus feet is the boat. Yes, in previous sloka we have seen. Tvat pada potena made Lord's lotus feet as boat. That we saw in the previous sloka. And in this sloka, what is said? These great acharyas took that boat, with that boat, Samuttirya, they crossed nicely. What? Sudustaram Bhavarnavam, the ocean of nescience. That's the material world. It's very difficult to cross. But they crossed this ocean with that boat. Then what they did? Bhavat Padambaroh Navamatrate Nidaya. After crossing that ocean, they left back that boat there only on the bank of that ocean. And they went off. This is the basic meaning of this sloka. And Lord is what? Sadanugraha. Bhavan Sadanugraha. Bhavan means you. Sadanugraha means you always merciful to devotees. That's the meaning. In previous sloka we saw the whole material world, material ocean became what? Calf's hoof print. Yes. Because why it became like that? Because they made Lord's lotus feet as a boat. That's the reason. Because of that, it became insignificant for them. And they left back that boat for us. So what is that boat? That is nothing but this Bhakti Sampradaya. This Sampradaya, whatever we are connected to this Sampradaya is nothing but the boat. That is being said by the Srila Vishnu Chakravarti. So let us discuss in detail 31st. Kincha त्वत्पादपाताश्रयण मात्रेणैव भवाब्दौ गोष्पादतुल्ये जाते वैष्णवाः भवाब्दिम् अजानन्तः एव पद्भ्यामेव उल्लङ्घयन्ति इत्याहुः स्वयम्. Okay. Since devotees are taking the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, so that's why what is happening? For them, this material ocean is becoming like calf's hoof print. That means for Vaishnavas, this material ocean is unknown. Why it is unknown for them? Because that became calf's hoof print. That's why even they don't know this material ocean. Because in their case, it became calf's hoof print. That's why they don't know material ocean. So that's why they are crossing this calf's hoof print by the feet. Padbyameva, by the feet they cross. So this is being explained now here. This is being explained in this sloka, that is being elaborated. Tarana sadhana nirapekshameva anyaihi. So for the devotees, this material ocean is what? It became self-sufficient. That's why they don't need any other vehicle to cross. They don't need. Why it became? So why it became, material world became for them like self-sufficient? Because they took shelter in the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why. And since they took the lotus feet of the Lord, shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, that is like a vote for them. Because of that, this whole material world, that means this material ocean, this material world is like an ocean. This material world is like an ocean. That ocean became calves offering. And that's why they don't need any other vehicle, actually, sadhana, to cross this. But in the case of others who are not Vaishnavas, for them this material world, which is nothing but a ocean, the ocean of material world, what? Sudustaram, it is very difficult to cross that. Bhimam, it means it's huge for them. And but these Vaishnavas are crossing that very easily. Samuttirya yata. So they crossed it and they went off. Here in this sloka, demigods are addressing Lord as Dhiman, means Hey Surya. Dhiman means Surya, sun. That means, so what is they are saying? Oh Lord, you, in whose Antakarana you appear, or you don't appear, sorry, in whose Antakarana you don't rise. Sun rises now. So Lord is like sun, and if he doesn't rise in anyone's heart, then what will happen? For them, in their heart, tamah punja rupaha, samsaraha. That means they are always, their heart is always in their heart there is always ignorance, actually. In their heart there is always ignorance. Because there is no Surya in their heart. There is no sunrise in their heart. That means there is no appearance of the Lord. So that's why there is darkness. That darkness is nothing but the samsara. Because of this, they are always getting birth and death. Samsara. And that samsara is also like what? That samsara is like an ocean. Arnavatulyaha. Bhimaha. That means it's a huge. Dustaraha. It's difficult to cross also. In whose heart Lord is not rising. Their heart, there is great darkness, which is nothing but the samsara, which is equal to the ocean. And it is huge and difficult to, it's impossible to cross. Dustarascha bhavati. Prema bhakti udayavat parvate toyi udite. But when Lord arises in that heart, in anyone's devotee's heart. That means where Lord arises, sun comes from where? Sun comes from the mountains, Udayachal mountain. Yes. In the same way, Kṛṣṇa is also like sun, and he is arising, appearing in the mountains of what? In the mountains of the Prema Bhakti. So when there is a Prema Bhakti, then only Lord appears in that heart. Before that, Lord is just in the form of bhavana. Not directly is appearing. Prema Bhakti Udaya Parvate Tvayudite to Samasta Tamasi. Then what will happen? Samasta Tamasi. All the kinds of the darkness is over. Swayameva Nashte Sati. Swayameva Samsara Taranam Bhavati. So when sun arises, what is happening? Is there any another need of driving away of the darkness? No. Lord appeared means automatically samsara is also over. That means darkness is nothing but samsara. It is finished. When sun arises, Lord appears, for that jiva, no samsara. Automatically, samsara gone. Samsara taranam bhave. That means this darkness, which is nothing but the samsara, which is equal to the ocean, which is huge, which is difficult to cross, that is now being crossed. Therefore, what they do, these devotees, they crossed already. They crossed this ocean. Then, Bhavat Padam Boruha Navam Atreva Kule Nidhayaiva Bhakti Margam Sampradayam Pravartyaiva Yata. They means they crossed already this material ocean, and while going back, they left that boat for us. That boat is nothing but what? Navam Atreva Kule Nidhaya. That means Lord's lotus feet. Because of that only, now this material ocean became half hoof-print. So that boat they kept here only. That is nothing but what? Bhakti Margam Sampradayam Pravartyaiva. That boat is nothing but what? Bhakti Margam Sampradaya. It means Bhakti Sampradaya. Like all these Vaishnava Sampradayas are Bhakti Sampradayas. So that means they inaugurated this Sampradaya, Bhakti Sampradaya, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the great Acharyas, Ramanuja, Madhva, Nimbarka, Vallabha, all these Acharyas, Rupa Goswami, all these Acharyas, they inaugurated this Sampradaya, Bhakti Sampradaya. And for what purpose? Anyepi evam tareyuhu, even others also should cross this ocean. With that desire, with that intention, ityabhiprayena, that means with that intention, they left that boat. Because of that, this material ocean is becoming for us half free. And you don't need any other thing than to cross that. You can easily step on that. Step over that. Atra samsarasya samastyena nashte nashtatvepi vayam samsarinah eva iti bhaktanam mityabhimanah eva go vatsa padakaraha samsaraha. What we are saying till now? When devotee is taking the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, then this whole material world, the ocean of this material world is becoming go vatsa padakaraha. That means calf's hoof print. How much will be? That much it is becoming. That means why even that much should be there? So when anyone take the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, for them, even that should also, even this much samsara also should not be there. Why this much small samsara is there? Go vatsa padakaraha samsaraha. Why for them even calf's hoof print? So how much water is you can fill in the calf's hoof print? That much samsara is there for them also, Vaishnavas. Why? It also should not be there. You may ask this question. Then what kind of that samsara actually? That small samsara, why they are having? Once if you take the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, Acharya, also otherwise here, his devatas is glorifying. They could have said that everything is over. But why they are saying there is a small samsara for us, for the Vaishnavas? What is that samsara? Then that samsara is nothing but his devotees. Very wonderfully explained here. Kṛṣṇa is saying. In the case of the devotees, even samsara is, that means completely finished, entirely is finished. That means even the samsara, which is equal to the calf's hoof print, that much also should not be there actually, but it is there for them. What is that then? That is nothing but devotees, even they complete samsara is over, finished, still they think, that means falsely they think that vayam samsarinaha eva. That means we are still samsaris only. This kind of bhaktana mithyabhimanaha. That means devotees are having the false opinion that I am still in the samsara. So this kind of feeling they maintain. So this is nothing but, so the samsara which is equivalent to the calf's hoof print. So yathacha govatsa padam alam pavanam slaganiyam cha bhave tathaiva tesham sobhimanopyanyesham bhaktamaninam abhimana rogaharaho abhijanaihi slaganiyascha. These devotees, they are feeling that they are still in the samsara. Is it bad or good feeling like that? It's good. It is very appreciable. That means great learned people, they always appreciate this kind of feeling of those Vaishnavas. The way calf's hoof print is always pure actually. Is always pure. Cows are walking, or calves are walking, hoof prints are there, they are considered as pure. And also, it's very much glorifiable. In the same way, devotees are thinking they are still in the samsara. This kind of feeling, this kind of samsara, whatever they are feeling, is also glorifiable. Why? Bhaktamaninam abhimana rogahara. So, because some people are not at all devotees, but still they feel themselves as devotees. And their disease will be cured by this. Because these are really devotees and they are thinking themselves as samsaris. And some people are not at all devotees, but they are thinking themselves as great devotees. And their disease will be cured by this. Rogahara. Tesham. That means this kind of feeling actually, they are really devotees and they are thinking themselves as, I am not at all a devotee, I am a samsari. And this kind of abhimana, whatever they are having, that means their humility and their, so they think themselves as heinous. Like the great devotees, if you see Vaishnavas, they are writing in their songs, I am just a worm in the stool, actually. Like that, I am fallen, like that. They keep on thinking that is going to destroy that kind of abhimana those pure devotees are having, that is going to destroy that disease of you and me. We are not devotees, but we still think as devotees, actually. And our disease can be cured by their feelings, actually. So that's why that kind of abhimana, whatever they have, they feel that is very pure. And that is very much glorifiable. They are great devotees, but they still think that themselves as stuck in this samsara. Slaganiyascha bhavati. That kind of abhimana, that kind of feeling is very much glorifiable. Bhavati iti bhava. Yatah satsu vaishnaveshu eva anugraha etadrisha na anyeshu yasya saha. So, Lord is what? Sadanugraha. Lord's mercy is only on the devotees, not on others. That's why he is Sadanugraha. Okay, next sloka. Ye niravindaksha vimuktamaniнаha tvayastabhavada vishuddha buddhaya aruhya kruchrena param padam tata patantyado natruta yushmadangrayaha. Someone may say that aside from devotees who always seek shelter at the Lord's lotus feet, there are those who are not devotees but who have accepted different process for attaining salvation. What happens to them? In answer to this question, Lord Brahman and other demigods said, "O lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotees who accept severe austerities and penances to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence is impure. They fall down from their position of imagined superiority because they have no regard for your lotus feet." Ye anyera vindaksha vimuktamaninaha. Now in this sloka we are seeing some people in this society, they think themselves as liberated, but actually they are not liberated. And they don't have any respect for the Lord. Tvai astabhavat avishuddha buddhayaha. Because they don't have respect for the Lord. So that's why their heart is not purified and they think themselves as liberated. And such a people, of course, they might be reaching to the stage of the Jivan Mukta. Aruhya, that means reaching to that place. Patanti adaha, they are falling from there because they are disrespecting the Lord's lotus feet. What happened in the previous sloka? If someone is taking the shelter of the lotus feet, for them, the ocean of material world is becoming simply just a calf's hoofprint. But whoever is not respecting the lotus feet of the Lord, and of course they are thinking themselves as liberated people, but they are not liberated and they are falling from that so-called position. Oh my Lord, your lotus feet is such a magnanimous. This is the feeling of the demigods. What else is there in this whole universe other than the taking shelter at your lotus feet? One may do so much dharma, artha, kama, moksha, trying for the moksha, purusharthas. But if he doesn't take the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, and he might be trying for the moksha, and with great difficulty, he might be reaching to the so-called liberated position, Jivan Mukta stage, but he cannot stay back there. He'll fall down. All the endeavors, among all the endeavors, what is the great endeavor? Trying for the liberation. But if you don't have the respect for the lotus feet of the Lord, then what is the use of that? It's gone. Those endeavors all will become Shreyasrutim. What is that slogan? Kleshalasa. It's simply beating the husk. So that's being explained here. Vishwanath is saying, Vaishnavānāmeva bhavarnavo goshpādi bhavati yetu tava vishuddha sattvamaya vapushi maya bhavavantaha jnaninaha tesham tu sudustaraha bhimaha eva. Those who are taking the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, those who are taking the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, and in their case, this ocean of material world is becoming the simply goshpadi bhavati, of suffering. Yetu tam vishuddha sattvamaya vapushi, but those who think that Lord's transcendental body as the product of the Maya, and such a jnanis, for them, the ocean of material world is becoming huge, bhimaha, and also it's very difficult for them to cross this. The reason is Lord's body is Vishuddha Sattvamayam. That means completely transcendental, pure, It's not made up of rajas, tamas, and sattva. No. Since your body and my body is made up of sattva, rajas, tamasa, because of this experience, we think that any human form of the body is obviously made up of sattva, rajas, tamas, made up of maya. That's a sattva, rajo, tamamayam. We think like that. That is our disease. That is our ignorance. Since we are being covered by the avidya, we are thinking like that. But by the mercy of the pure devotees, when you come to know this truth, Lord's body is Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha. When you come to know tattvataha, means tattvataha you should know. Lord's body is not like us. It's completely transcendental. Then Lord will make your body also completely transcendental. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajanti. But you should know this tattvataha. That means without any questioning. You should not have any doubt on this. You should not have a tinge of the doubt. If you have a doubt, there should not be any tarka. Tattvataha means without any tarka. You should not put any tarka. You should not argue on this. You should accept this wholeheartedly. Jnana tapasa puta. You should be purified from the austerity. Through the austerities, what kind of austerities? Bearing this pain, your tarka is itching, is biting you. Why I should accept Lord's body as transcendental? Why? Kumati kutarka kuyuktis always comes in your heart. They always itch it, bite you. And because of that, you always fall down. But whose faith is unflinching, steady, and who is not getting any argument or tarka on this. So for them, doors are open actually. For them, there is no another bhava towards the Lord, then obviously there is no another. But since we did lot of offenses, millions of offenses, we cannot maintain that stage. We cannot maintain such a faith. Because of offenses, Shraddha goes down. Takes lot of effort to purify yourself. Lot of effort is needed to purify ourselves. We are like in a desert and looking for water, crying. We should cry like that. Person who is in the desert and looking for one drop of the water, so it's like a scorching heat in summer, and in the desert doesn't have any water facility there, and how he is hankering for the one drop of water. Similarly, if we hanker for the mercy of the devotees, pure devotees, then we can have some hope. Such a hankering should be there. But we don't have. We don't respect devotees also. Then where is the hand? So these jnanis are thinking God's body as Maya Bhavavantaha. He is out of Maya. Vidyavachinna Chaitanyam, Vidya Pradbimbita Chaitanyam, where Vidya is product of the Maya. Like this, they give so many crooked ideologies about the body of the Lord. Because of this crookedness, for them, what is happening? The ocean of material world is becoming huge for them. It's becoming impossible to cross. Kṛṣṇa mahaniha bhavarnamaplavesha. Kṛṣṇa mahaniha bhavarnamaplavesha. Shadvarganakrama sukena titirshayante. Tattvam harer bhagavato bhajaniya mangrim. Krutvodupam vyasanamuttara dustararnam. Our Acharya, Sanat Kumara, is also Acharya, Nimbark Sampradaya, is Kumara Sampradaya. This great Acharya, Sanat Kumara, is saying, Kṛṣṇa mahaniha bhavarnamam aplaveshaha shadvarga nakrama sukena titirashyanti. These jnanis without any boat, they want to cross over this ocean, the ocean of material world. Can they do that? And actually, they don't want to take the boat. That means they don't want to take the shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why they don't have any boat. And they want to cross this material ocean. This ocean is fully filled with the crocodiles. Big crocodiles. Makaraha. This Makara is the king of the water bodies, water animals. Animals who are in the water, for them, who is the king? For the forest, who is the king? Lion is the king. For the water animals, who is the king? Crocodile is the king. And there are huge, millions of crocodiles are there in that ocean. And this person is not taking any boat. And he wants to, and also there's a huge ocean. He wants to cross over that. This Jnani is trying to cross that. Is it possible? Is it possible for him? It's not. Because all these crocodiles, they will eat away. Who are these crocodiles? This ocean is nothing but material world, and crocodiles are what? Crocodiles are nothing but the Shad Varga Nakra. Shad Varga. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Shad Varga actually. All these always hunting that Jnani. He wants to cross this ocean. It's impossible. That means he's desiring to cross, but he cannot cross. That is the meaning. Titirshayanti means Sanat Kumara is saying that in this, they are desiring to cross, but they cannot cross. But Tattvam Harer Bhagavata Bhajaniya Mangrim. But the devotees, they are making the lotus feet of the Lord as a boat. Krutva Udupam. They are making like as a boat or making as a tide actually. And Vasanam Uttaradustararnam. That means they are crossing using that boat. That means Sanat Kumara is also said same thing. Whatever is said by these devatas in 32 sloka, that same thing is said by the Sanat Kumara. To whom? To Prithu Maharaj. In which canto? 4th canto. In 22nd chapter. And Kṛṣṇa is also saying, Klesho dikataras tesham. Klesho dikataras tesham avyakta chetasam. That means these jnanis, for them what? So crossing this material ocean is what? Is a klesha adhikataraha. It means it's a fully difficulties, kleshas. That means their Lord also said. One more place. Naishkarmyam apyachyuta bhava varjitam nasobhate gnana malam niranjanam. Who said this? Narada Muni also said. Our Acharya Path, Narada Muni said to Vasudev. Naishkarmyam apyachyuta bhava varjitam. Achyuta bhava varjitam means without Krishna consciousness. Just practicing gnana. Alam niranjanam. Nasobhate. It is not sufficient actually. It's not going to give its result. That means liberation. Crossing of this material ocean. Ocean of this material world. This ocean of material world cannot be crossed by that. Jnana. Whatever is said in this 32 sloka, Sanat Kumara said, Lord said, and Narada Muni also said. The same way here, Devatas are saying. That is the point here. Now, we will be seeing the Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on this. Ye Anye. That means, in the 31st sloka, Anya means others. In 30 others from whom? Others from those who were said in the 31st 30 sloka. In 31st sloka. In 31st sloka, who were said? Those are the Vaishnavas. They are making the Lord's lotus feet as a boat. For them, that's why this material ocean is becoming a just cast hoof print. And they are crossing very easily. And who are different from them? Those are Anya, others. Those what? So that means they are not devotees. Anya means other than the devotees. Devotees only get the mercy of the Lord. That means these people didn't get the mercy. These others means these are not having any kind of mercy on them from the Lord. That means they are different from the devotees. They are people who didn't have any mercy. Oh, Aravindaksha. Here, Devatas are saying, in this context, the Devatas are addressing Lord with the Aravindaksha. Means, oh, Aravindaksha. That means, oh, lotus-eyed one. Means, these others from the devotees, other than these devotees, these people, Tvat Krupavaloka Madhuryam madhurya ananubhavina. They didn't get the merciful glances, the sweetness. They didn't experience the sweetness of your merciful glances. And such a people, these. They don't know any experience of the sweetness of your merciful glances from your lotus eyes. And such a people. These people, vimukta maninaha, they think themselves as liberated people, but they are not liberated. But your devotees only are really crossed over this material ocean. Crossed over this samsara. But these jnanis, they think themselves as liberated, but not really liberated. Samsari, see the difference. Your devotees, they already crossed over this material ocean, but still they think themselves as samsari maninaha. They think themselves as still I am in the samsara because of their humility. That last sloka we discussed. They have the ocean, they have the samsara of what? Little samsara of what? Of the calf's hoof print. That means they have this kind of feeling. Great devotees. But these others, these jnanis, they are not really liberated, but they are thinking themselves as liberated. See how the difference. Api samsara maninaha tathayavati. These jnanis, they are still in the middle of the samsara, but they are thinking themselves as liberated. What a pity condition. Devatas are saying like this. Why they are still in the samsara? But because Tvai aravindakshe madhurakare astabhavat, because they don't have any respect for your sweet form, your beautiful sweet form. They don't have any bhava for that. They think your form, your rupa, your body is out of maya. So that's why they don't have any preeti for your body. Avajananti mam moodaha manushim tanumasritam. They think that Lord is also just is out of, his body is also out of three modes. They are ignorant. They are mooda. They are foolish. Okay. We'll discuss from here tomorrow. Thank you very much. Any questions? Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for a very powerful class, Prabhuji. Very powerful class. Speaking unto the heart to heart. Acha, Prabhuji, my question is this, that only one question. Of course, I'm of course wrong, but I would like to correct myself that you said about that calf's hoof print, that is the samsara, becomes very small, and the pure devotees think out of humility that they think that like you compared it to a worm in the stool. So my point is this, is that can we also think like this, that small samskara, that is the small calf's hoof print, which is represents the samskara in a small water.
Not
small
samskara,
of water.
samsara.
Samsara. that is the world of. Can we consider that also, that the pure devotees are representing because of the parinishta bhakti, that they are still there, they are showing that they are still there in the material world? No, we cannot think like that. Okay, because the acharya is not saying like this, that is why. Okay, Prabhuji.
So that's just they're great acharyas like Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. They think I am just heinous and I am fallen a worm in this. So that means they still think themselves as that means not liberated from this samsara. So this kind of feeling is very sweet, actually. It's very glorifiable. It is pure. Like how the hoof print is very pure and is glorifiable. Similarly, the feeling of just a great devotees is very glorifiable, because that is going to destroy the bhaktimaninaha, who are not really devotees, but who thinks themselves as devotees. Their roga will be cured by this kind of mood of the great devotees.
Okay, Prabhuji. Nice, very nice answer. Rogue will be cleared by the mood of these great devotees. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhus. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Hopefully, it will take, I don't know how many days. I cannot rush. And after Janmashtami, I don't know I can continue or not, because one more course is coming after Janmashtami. Jivatma course. I request all of you to promote that course, because my reason is we will discuss the many points from the Srila Jiva Goswami's Paramatma Sandarbha. It's very much important to know about the intrinsic nature of the Jivatma. So that will help us to how much we are actually in this cosmic world, how much we are, that we can understand. So that it will bring us what is our situation and our real position. So that's the intention of that course. So thank you very much. So Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha.
We'll be having the class on Monday, not tomorrow, na Prabhuji?
No. After Janmashtami, yes.
No. Next class of. You said next class tomorrow. So tomorrow you are having special class, or on Monday we'll have?
Oh, achha, tomorrow is Saturday.
Yeah,
so I didn't know. Actually, I'm thinking today is the Monday or something.
No, because you said now that your mood will be anytime you will change, any day you will have. So that's why I asked you.
Okay, tomorrow I will try to have a class if I'm free. I'll try to have a class. So I will give at least 1 hour before the information. So anyone is having the time, so please come. Because this is a Bhagavad Katha is a pravaha, so it keeps on going on. Whenever you get time, we should have class actually. Because we do other time also service. Sometimes the other services are stopping this. So otherwise, we already 4 classes I skipped. So mostly I think we can have tomorrow also class. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for reminding us.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Prema.